Okay, we are live. Hello Anshu, hello Biswajit, hello Dharmendra, hello Manoj, hello Puneet, hey Rakesh, hey Sachin,
Good
hey
evening.
Samir, hey Devansh. Very good evening. Yes. Okay, so let us dive in. Okay, the chat is also live. Great. So thank you so much everyone for joining in on the day 7, the graduation day for the AI for data science. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate the consistency that you have all been displaying, right, throughout. Now we would be doing our Ho'oponopono technique before we dive into the session. Okay, so for the people who are watching us live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, you can directly check the link for the Zoom session in the chat and directly join and interact with us live. Okay, great. So before we begin, great, I would request everyone to close your eyes. We would be doing this technique called the Ho'oponopono technique, and this is a Hawaiian technique where negativity and self-doubt are eliminated. We have been using this in our community of over 1050 people, and it has tremendous results, right? So I would request everyone to go ahead and practice this. Let me request you all of you to close your eyes. Okay, so we'll be doing this technique. In this technique, we are going to use these 4 statements, which are high energy, high vibration states, right? I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And these things we are going to, say to ourselves. Okay. Okay. So I'll be taking my name during this. So I'll be saying Sachi and you'll be taking your name. Okay. Great. So I request you to put your hand on your heart. Relax your breath. Close your eyes. Relax your forehead. Relax your cheeks. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. Relax your feet. You can repeat after me. I'm really sorry, dear Sachi. Here you'd be taking your name, for not taking care of you. I'm really sorry, dear Sachi, for disconnecting with you. I'm so sorry for leaving you alone. I am the one who judges you so much. I am the one who criticizes you so much. Please forgive me for underestimating you, dear Sachi. Forgive me for not believing in you. Thank you, dear Sachi, for letting me have this beautiful experience of life. Thank you so much. From now on, it doesn't matter who doesn't love you. It doesn't matter who doesn't appreciate you. Because I promise you, from now on, I love you. I am here and I would never let you go again. Rub your hands together and put that energy to your face. Take a deep breath. Okay. Yes, so people can put one word in the chat box. How was the result before and after the Ho'oponopono technique? Okay. Relaxing, calm, peaceful, heavenly. Anushka says always relaxing, great, relaxed, feeling good, calm. Thank you, Sumit. Thanks, Samadan. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's begin. So today's session would be a little longer than usual, our 30-40 minute session. So we'll be a little longer. Okay, so where we'll be talking about the prospects of AI and the program, the depot program, which is the AI bronze. Okay, so let me begin by sharing my screen. Yes. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if you are able to see my screen. Okay, type C in the chat box if you are able to see my screen clearly. Thank you, Rishabh. Okay, so basically Python for AI in 7 days, the graduation day. So thanks for everyone who has stay put till the seventh day. It shows your commitment for towards learning and also towards your career. So kudos to that, right? So let's begin a quick recap of what we have done for Python for in this AI week. Okay. So on the day one, we have learned the basics, variables, print, and on the day two, we have learned conditionals. On day three, functions. Day four, lists. And on day five, we have learned loops. Yesterday, we have revised, right? So how many of you are excited for the next sessions? The graduation day. Type me in the chat box. Thank you, Teksha. So before we go forward, I'd request you to, because you all people have availed the certificates. I mean, you are all eligible because you have been here throughout. So I would request any of you to go ahead, unmute, and share your experience. So how was your experience during these sessions? Right. So what was the result before and after this 7 days? Yeah. So do we have any volunteers here? Yeah. So you can even use the chat. Hey, Zach. Great. Yes. So anyone here who wants to share how was the result before and after? Yeah, you can unmute. Let me see if you are able to unmute. Yeah. So you can go ahead and unmute and share the result. In the meanwhile, let me share. Okay. No volunteers. Let me call by name. Utiksha, would you want to speak a little about yourself, where you're from? Hey, Shiraf. Hey, Shiraj, you've been here for the past 6 days. Yes, go ahead. I request someone to start. Without that, you'll not be able to proceed. Biswajit. Anushka. Yes, Biswajit. Yes. So, which city you're from, sir?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Biswajit.
I am from sir West Bengal, sir. Asansol, sir.
West Bengal. Asansol. Okay. So one of my friend lives in Asansol. So, how was your experience? The result. What is the result before and after these 7 days?
I will join every day, and the Python is easy. Then I become Great, Manoj. I am practicing in
Mhm.
the session, and the assignment is very easy.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Sujit sir. Thank you for actually coming on mic and speaking because that is encouraging to others as well. So what we would normally do is we would do something called more part to you, MPTY. So I'm going to let the chat be Biswajit. More part to you, Biswajit. Thank you so much, and keep continuing the practice, and that really appreciate your consistency. Thank you so much. Right.
Thank you.
So, yeah, thank you so much. So people, you can type MPTY Biswajit. So we want to encourage and let all others also be inspired. Great. So Utiksha says, I'm from Punjab, Ludhiana. It was a great session for me. I was understanding the functions loops very clearly now. Thank you so much for this great session. Uh, the result I got because it was helping hand in study. Thank you, sir. Yes, Biswajit, we have many people. Mukesh says, more power to you. Utiksha says, Sam says, Ayush. Thank you so much. Keep going. Right. Okay. So I would request people to, stay uh, consistently active. And also, let me also, towards the end, I'd be sharing with you the link to the certification. Right. Okay. So let me even put it in the chat. Right. So I request you to fill this post the session. Okay. So the link is in the chat so that you will avail the certification. Yes. Hello, Asha ma'am. Sorry for late joining. It's yeah. Okay. So we have just begun. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Great. So the screen share is loading. Yeah. Screen is visible now. Okay. So now the certifications, I've shared the link on the chat. So I would request everyone to use the link to fill in your details, so you'll get the certifications. So the certification will be in your name, and it would be for towards the program Python in 7 days. Okay, so it will be from Pixeltest. Today we'll be discussing about the IIT Madras certification. Now this certification is only for the 7 days, and the next certification would be from IIT Madras. Okay, great. Now, the agenda for the program is like this. We are going to discuss the most crucial step in career growth. Then we'd also be discussing why AI is growing exponentially and three fields in AI that everyone can focus, right? Yes, Asha ma'am, you can get the certificate. Right. So how to become part of this community also we'll be sharing, because we also shared briefly how to join the community yesterday. Also, we'll be also sharing the same thing here as well. Right, and we'll also tell you how you can also crack high promising AI jobs. Okay, so we Pixel Test is a community of over 1050 plus members. The community is thriving. Everybody, we have people who have patents in the community. People are very engaged and active within the community and help each other, like how we have formed a smaller community. The similar way, we have a community of over 1000 people, and this is led by Mr. Jayant Rasan Sethi, who is an alumni of IIT Madras and Columbia University, right? So we have over 4.8 plus a score on Trustpilot, and about roughly touching 1000 reviews as well, right? So the team has mentored, or the Pixel Test has mentored 36,000 plus professionals, and also guided them on to going forward for Fortune 500 companies. Okay, great. So, there's an interesting fact that I would want everybody to know. Do you know that 78% of AI workforce had no prior knowledge of AI? This particular fact, 78% of AI workforce had no prior knowledge of AI. So how many of you think this fact is fascinating? Type F in the chat box. Thanks, Roshni. Thanks, Prashant. Thanks, Vijay. Yes, thanks, Sagar. Because AI is trending, and when it started out, the curriculum was not directly teaching AI. So now many people are joining the workforce. So 78% of the AI workforce had never a prior knowledge of AI, right? So that means there is opportunity for people to learn. Even the salaries start from 9 LPA and average till 34 LPA. And if you go into machine learning and above, you can even avail bigger salaries. Okay, so what are the possibilities after this workshop? You can see that we'll tell you how to join the exclusive community. We'll also be talking about our mentors. We'll also be talking how you can attract promising careers and earn over 9 LPA. Great. So the most important crucial step in career growth is having a focused, growth driven mindset. Generally what happens is we have doubts, fears, distractions, and requires a lot of conditioning. But the most important ingredient to become successful is having a growth driven mindset, right? So what does that mean, right? So we have a community where everybody helps each other, right? Even if you're down, there are other people who keep up, right? So even in the group, people share assignments, other people also get motivated. So if you just learn by doing courses, you will go to a level. If you learn by yourself on YouTube and all, you'll go to one particular level. But if you are part of a growth driven community, you go to a different level, because there are peers to help each other, and you can also get inspired and go forward, right? So that is one important thing. The next thing is, you should have hyper focus onto your goal. If you want to get a job, if you want to switch a job, or if you want to get an internship, whatever is your goal, you have to be hyper focused. And at Pixel Test, we believe that systems succeed and people fail. What happens is you should have a system to practice every day, a system to consistently attend. All those things are very important. Okay, so Ashram will also be sharing the certification link again. So do not worry about that. We'll be sharing. So I would request everyone to focus on the session and the presentation. So we'll get to the certification soon. Okay, so people should be willing to invest in greatness, investing their time also, right? So now all of you people come here and investing your time into learning something. Your that shows your curiosity and your interest, and you are investing time in something that is going to upskill you. So I would request everyone to keep that mindset, and also try to be more consistent. Okay, so that is the first step. And the next step we would want to understand is how AI is growing. So now if you can look at a lot of trends and a lot of articles online where AI is the future, that people say that AI is the future. Okay, why it is the future? Because the mainframe technologies like Java, R, and other technologies, the demand for them is growing down. They're more going into the support. But the demand for AI, cybersecurity, blockchain is growing, right? So even people who are into Java, many people might be here from such R backgrounds and Java backgrounds. So you would also want to add a skill that is growing and in demand, which has a little future. So this is what is there. So is my voice clear? Deepak says my voice is not audible. If my voice is audible, please type A in the chat box. Yes, thank you, Sagar. So, Deepak, I would request you to fix the audio at your end, right? So now, thank you, Asha ma'am. So, what are the industries that are impacted by AI? AI is impacting AI, healthcare, manufacturing, transportation, education, right? You can see that AI is giving insights on what diagnosis of a particular X-ray, because it has data of already some lakhs of X-rays, so it can quickly assess and give an insight to the doctor to take quicker decision, right? It can save a lot of lives. If you can look at transportation, Google Maps and such applications, already tell you that if you go in this particular direction, the traffic is higher because it is learning online from lot of data that it is receiving, right? So there are such applications are everywhere, in retail, in cybersecurity, construction, right? Every area is now being impacted by AI. Now, is AI only in top because there are high paying salaries? Not just that, there is good leadership also in companies where the trends are going forward. The leadership is very good because they are also upskilling, they are also in trend. That is satisfying because you'll work with better bosses and colleagues, and the fulfillment is also higher because now if you are working on some program or a platform which is helping others to make better decisions, this the fulfillment that you get is huge, right? So that is why AI is in trend, not just because it has higher salaries, it is also giving you access to better leadership, better colleagues, and more fulfillment as well, right? So how many of you agree that AI is not just careers, but it is helping you fulfill, feel more satisfied about your work? Type me in the chat box. Thank you so much, Vishnu. Thank you, Asha ma'am. Thanks, Rajita. We have people on our social channels also. Thank you, Mr. Gupta. Great. So now basically we've understood that AI is growing, but how can you bridge the gap between the industry demands and your skills, right? So how do you do that? So now we would tell you how people in our community are doing it. People in our community, like this is one of our success testimonial by Mithun Sai. So we have something called Hall of Fame. We are going to discuss about it. So he has got a job of 12 LPA from Accenture, and this is his testimony. He says, totally outstanding. I wasn't from a premium college, and my campus placements were terrible, and I knew I couldn't get something I wouldn't be passionate about. But eventually he stayed consistent and persevered and got the job. So that is it. Let me just check. Deepak says, I think Deepak, you are not able to see because you're not able to join audio. Okay, let me just help you. Okay, great. So now, what are the three fields? Because we have been discussing and many people have been asking, what do I do with these learnings, right? So how many of you are curious? Now you have learned a little of Python. What can you do afterwards, right? So how many of you are curious? If you're curious, type C in the chat box. Thank you, Sagar. Thank you, Asha ma'am. Thanks, Sujit. So Anushka asked, how can we get certificate from IIT? So the current 7-day program certification is from Pixeltest. We have a joint certification of from IIT Madras CCE for the AI Bronze program. So that we are going to discuss now. Thank you so much, Simran. Right. So if at all you have learned Python, you want to take the next steps, you can see that the first area to focus is pre-processing. So you can go in a phased-wise manner, right? So now if you see what is pre-processing, now you have learned the basics of Python. Yesterday I've showed you the LMS also, where the curriculum is mentioned. In that you can see that you can learn a little more complex topics like NumPy, Pandas, like Asha ma'am, you also asked about it. So you will have to have fluency in Python, and then that after that you'll be able to work with tables and master the code, right? So how we have made Python easy, similarly we have made the data science also easier, right? So this is the first area. Now when you do pre-processing, you make the data ready for the next steps, right? So when we collect data from, let's just say if you are working with a supermarket project, bigger uh, project, the data that comes from there is not organized, it's not processed. So you have to make it in a very good cleaned manner, and then that is where you can work on building models and all. So how many of you understood what is pre-processing? You use Python to clean the data, and that is called pre-processing. So this would require fluency in Python. Then you would be going forward to work with tables, right? So how many of you are clear with pre-processing? Type P in the chat box. Thank you, Asha ma'am. Thank you, Sagar. Great. Thank you, Simran. Okay, so thank you, Diksha. Now, what we will do, the second important area is model building. Now, what do we do here is, in model building, you would understand, this in also phases. First is data science, right? So once you pre-process, then you go forward and, get insights from the data. Like, for example, that if Diwali is coming, what are the products that are going to, be in demand, so you can stock better, right? So this is one example. What kind of offers you should give to a specific set of people, right? So what are some high in demand products, right? So those insights can be generated in the data science phase, right? So here our AI bronze program also targets data science. So what happens is, you understand a few modules, and the outcome of this is, people are paying for 9 LPA to 15 LPA for data science job based upon the experience. Even if you are at entry level, if you have built the skill as we give in the program, you are ready to take on jobs, because the jobs, there is definitely high demand in the market, right? So that is the data science. And after data science, there is machine learning, right? So now in data science, you will generate by yourself insights, right? So this is the product that is in high demand based upon your analysis and your models. Okay. In machine learning, you train the machine to tell you what all are the high in demand products, and what to do after that. If this is being wishlisted heavily, then put an offer on this, and for so and so limited time, and for so and so set of people, right? So you can automate a lot of things. Like, this is the machine learning area. So even if you're looking at Google Voice or Siri, it is learning based upon inputs provided by you. So some lakhs of people are now speaking in Hindi, so it is understanding Hindi and responding back in Hindi, right? So machine is learning, right? So that is how machine learning is there, and there also you build models. So let me clearly make you understand what is models and model building. We also do something after that. There is deep learning. Deep learning is where, let's just say, first you get a data science certification, then you get a data science job, then you upskill parallelly, then you get a machine learning job and machine learning certification, and then you go for deep learning. So when you go for deep learning, there you can work on complex problems like uh, you know automation, self-driving cars, or even how to generate insights from x-rays, right? So deep learning is something that is not evident, or humanly not possible, right? So you can do that in deep learning. You can work on a lot of areas also. We'll also be discussing that. Okay. So but I would request, for if you are in the beginner level, because we have many people who are already professionals also are looking at aiming for machine learning jobs, I would request you to work on those. But people who are in the entry level, who are willing to upskill themselves, post Python, data science is the area, right? So first you have to build the proficiency in Python, understand how to pre-process and build data science models where you can generate insights, right? Then you can go for the next levels, right? So how many of you understood model building? Type MB in the chat box. So basically, you build models based upon your skills in Python, which are going to generate insights in data science, which are going to self-learn in machine learning, which are going to do some inhuman kind of learning in deep learning, right? Yes, thank you so much, Asha ma'am. Thank you so much, Manisha. Okay, so this is the second important area that people focus. First, pre-processing, then model building, right? Even there are jobs for pre-processing, but I would request everyone to aim for at least data science kind of jobs so that you can, do. Yeah, someone asks, can you teach after learning this? You can definitely teach, right? You can do bigger things than that. You can even teaching for data science and machine learning is in high demand because many of the private institutes or universities are looking for such skill set. Today's news, even IITs are going to bring a separate course, a BTech course for AI and deep learning itself, right? So separate curriculum. Okay, so that is how there is future for model building even in teaching as well. Okay, so to summarize, this is how it works. First, you have to train, you would be giving training data and new input data to the algorithm or to the logic that you'll be writing, right? So once you do that, the input, the data comes into the algorithm and it goes into training. Okay, so then after that, there is some prediction done. Like for example, you have given some prediction, then we would be testing if the prediction is right or wrong. For example, Google Maps predicts that this is the right path, but many times, that is not the way. So how many times it has happened that you have trusted Google Maps and you have reached a different lane or a different place? Type me in the chat box. This used to happen in the early days. Now it is very much improved, but in the early days this used to happen where it was learning Indian routes. Okay, so it used to make a prediction based upon the data that it is getting. Now it knows many people are going in this way, meaning that this route is good for others also to go. So it makes accurate predictions, right? So training data or new live data comes to the algorithm, but then the machine predicts something, then it is tested if it is a right success or a failure. If it is success, then the model becomes successful, right? So how many of you understood how models work, right? So you use your Python logic to build models which will work on the data, right? If you understood, type U in the chat box. Thank you so much, Manisha. Okay, thank you so much, Asha ma'am. Thank you, Sagar. Thank you, Roshan. Great. Thank you, Devansh. Okay, so yeah, Devansh, you have any question? You unmuted. Okay, no worries. No, okay. Devansh says no questions. Great. So now model building, the second important area. The next important area is deployment, right? Many of the people focus on these first and second areas only. Deployment, a few people. Thank you, Devansh. Okay, so people in deployment, what they do is, now for example, you have built a logic, now you put it in a device or a hardware, right? So nowadays you are talking to those Google Alexa, right? So you put your logic and you'll make it give it the ability to answer back, right? So either deploy the model into hardware or you upload it onto cloud, right? So basically now when you have internet, you're connecting to cloud service like Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, and from there the program or models built by others are going to give assistance to people, right? So how do you access the models is you when someone deploys it. right? So many people have a question here, can I build Google Maps? Or you don't have to build the whole model. So when you're working with companies, you just have to write a small piece of logic, because you don't have to understand the whole Google Maps. You just can understand, like, you how to navigate people from so and so condition, right? So that is how the problems are broken down and distributed in teams, right? So it is not like a complex thing that you have to be doing. Once you have a deeper understanding of the concept and a good fluency on Python, if you similarly committedly as you are now doing currently, if you give enough time, you would get there. Okay, so deployment is deploying your models in a hardware or a online cloud system. Okay, so that is what is deployment. So people who have understood deployment, type D in the chat box. Thank you so much, Roshni. Thanks, Sagar. Thanks, Roshan. Okay, so these are the three important areas that people can focus if they are upskilling and willing to get into data science or become full stack data scientist as well, right? So now you have a clear clarity on the way forward. Now you have a little understanding of Python. You have to build fluency in Python, then aim for, then immediately parallelly learn data science, get a data science certification, get a data science job, parallelly upskill for machine learning, and then keep doing this, in a better way, right? So you have to keep learning. So now IT people want to enter into IT, so it's like a consistently learning. There's always some new things, exciting, curious things that come up. You can always keep learning, right? So now it is, how would you explain this to people who are non-tech, right? So if somebody asks, so for example, if your parents ask or your grandparents ask, how do you tell them? You cannot tell them like what is model building, pre-processing. So this is a simple way to make you understand. Basically, you collect data, then you write, there is your logic, and then that is deployed onto your hardware, phones, devices, or cloud, right? So whatever we have discussed happens within that particular logic, the data processing to model building to model testing and the deployment, right? So how many of you understood? Asha ma'am says, kindly brief the deployment. Okay, so basically when you write program in a compiler, or like, the output is coming into the console, or you're working on a data science on your own system, right? For example, Asha ma'am, if you have worked on helping uh, other students learn, you made a machine learn, a program which will help people learn by themselves, right? Something, so it is going to teach based upon the user feedback. Now you have deployed it on your laptop or your desktop. Now how can you make this accessible to 30 of your students? Or you understand that, right? So you have to make it accessible to them, if it is a device or if it is, yeah. So Asha ma'am is clear, but let me finish. So what happens is you deploy your code into a hardware or a cloud. So that is also, that steps are also very easy, and made we'll help you understand that also. Once you have understood how to put that code into from your machine to somewhere everybody can access, right? So that is what is called deployment. Okay, so I hope it clears others doubts also. Thank you so much for the question, Asha ma'am. I think it helps everyone as well. Okay, so now what happens is, when you get before the program, even for people, this is for people, you think that Python is complex or data science is complex or AI is complex. Once you're inside the program, you start rolling. Later, you start playing. So how many of you relate with this diagram, with this image, right? Even in, this might have happened in your other learning areas also, where you thought it is complex. Thank you, Ashana. But once you started, Sagar says, I'm rolling. That's nice. Great. Right. So then I'm sure, Sagar, you will start, playing with and, loving to play with programs and this thing also. Right. Thank you, Roshni. Thank you, Rajat. Great. So this is what happens. This has been our experience, and we make it easy, right? So we have a goal to reach 1 million people, and how do we do that? We make it simple. And that is what happens. So what is easy, data science or web development? Okay. So I think it depends, Devansh, on from where you're learning. If you are from tech background, web development becomes a little easier, right? But I would say easy is a relative term. So it depends from where you're learning from, and it depends on how you're learning and how much time you're giving to it, right? So that is very important. Correct. So data science, and it also depends upon demand also, like data science, the demand of data science and web development. And that is how it becomes easy. Basically, you have to make it enjoyable for yourself. Either you have to do it or somebody else have to do it. Yes, Devan says yes. So thank you so much. So you have to make it easy and enjoyable for you, or somebody like a firm or organization have to make it easy and enjoyable. Right. So that is our goal. Okay, so you can see online we have a lot of testimonials people have put, where even our professors sessions also have, people explain, our professors explain it in layman terms, and these people are expert people, right? So now we have understood the three fields in AI that members master. Okay, so now how many of you are interested to understand how to crack better jobs, right? So I know that people, many of you are learning right now, in your fourth years, people who are, who have a career gap, who are in other industries and getting into AI, right? So now let's just say you've given it 6-8 months. Yes, thank you so much, Sagar. I understand, because we have many people in our community who are from a similar background, right? So what happens is, once they, catch up, they are ready for the market, right? So let's just say you have spent 6-8 months for in learning, but if you don't know how to crack the interviews, that also is not ideal. So we help you with that. So what qualifies you to join the AI community? You should be quick, agile, right? I mean, in terms of learning, right? You should have the learning mindset, and you should be hard and smart working. Even if you are sometimes off inspiration, if you're not able to pull yourself up, the community is there to help you, right? So that happens. Now, how do you crack jobs is the next point. Now, many times the issue when you want to attract a bigger job is you're not receiving many interview calls. You're receiving calls, but you're not able to convert. You've got an offer, but you're not happy with the offer. So these are, how many of you relate with such issues? But I'll say there is a even a point before that we should put up where to apply and how to apply, right? Even we do not know, even if your skill is there, you'll not. These are the few issues. How many of you relate with such problems? Type R in the chat box. Right? Yes, Sagar. So basically, we know we'll be able to upskill ourselves because we have confidence on ourselves, or on the system, or on the organization, or on the certification, right? But how do you go forward, right? So this is a very important thing, and you have to have a job attraction strategy. That is why we say in the first step you have to have systems. So a small technique would be, many people, what they do is they apply for 1 month, like they just go online Naukri here and there, and they apply at once, and they say, I'm not receiving offers. Okay, so they just do it once, and they think that it's not working. They just put their profile online, that it's not working. It does not work like that. So you have to consistently, how you have 30 minutes coming here, how you're learning for every day for 30 minutes, you should go ahead, go online, keep applying every day, at least for 5 to 10 jobs, right? At least per week you have to be doing it, right? So after that also, there is one important thing that is called ATS, right? So now ATS is something that will be fascinating for you. This is application tracking system. What it does is, whenever you upload your resume, how many of you uploaded your resume ever in Naukri or LinkedIn? Type me in the chat box. How many of you ever uploaded your resume to any of for any of the employer or emailed or something? Type me in the chat box. Yes, Arvind says I have done. Asha ma'am, Sagar, great. Roshan, you have put up a bigger question. Yes, okay. We'll also discuss about ChatGPT. Okay, thank you so much, Simran. Thank you, Vishnu. Thank you, Jatin. Thank you, Arvind. A long time ago in mechanical company. So now what happens is, now these companies or these portals have their own AI. So what these AI does is, it reads your resume once you upload, even before the employer, and gives you a score, gives your resume a score. And if it goes over that score only, then your resume reaches that particular person, right? So the fascinating fact is 75% of the applications are rejected at the ATS level only. So your resume is not reaching your employer. So how many of you think this is fascinating? I mean, at least surprising. Type S in the chat box. When you upload your resume is scored even before the employer sees it. Yes, yes, Simran, yes, Asha. So that is where we teach everyone how to properly format their resumes and have some keywords that these portals are looking. Even you might beautify it nicely, but if you do not have the content, resume being attractive, Devansh, means does not mean that you design it well and all. It should be attractive to the employer. Should have the right keywords, right projects, right skill sets that you want to enhance and show. Right? It's not just about the looks; it's also about the content that you place in. Right? So we even train people on how to become better in building their resume. So we also tell you how to be more visible, how to have a better outreach like LinkedIn, blogs, the right way, right? Yes, Devansh, I understand. Thank you so much. So soft skills also, like for example, we also have a module where we talk about the negotiation mastery. Because for example, if you are having a career gap, or if you are switching from a different industries, people would say, thank you, you have the skills, but because this is first time, we would be able to pay you so and so much only. Though the demand and the market is ready to pay higher for that role, just because you're coming from a different background or a career gap, they would, because the HR's job is to get the best at the best, right? So now what happens is, you should also be able to negotiate, right? You should say, how do you negotiate and get a better CTC also, right? So that is also something we teach within our community, which is the negotiation mastery, right? So how many of you think that is important? How many of you, just because you're not able to negotiate, uh, think that you'll be losing on a better CTC, right? How many of you think this is essential? Type E in the chat box. Thank you so much, Rajita. Thank you, Simran. So this is definitely, thank you, Asha. So we have a lot of community members who have, worked on their resume, who have, did well, who are learning the skills and also learning how to present themselves in a way that will attract the best kind of jobs. Right. So we have covered the first step, which is build the growth mindset, have the hyper focus, have the systems, how to invest your time in greatness, right? So we've also understood the three important areas: pre-processing, model building, and deployment. And if slowly first you are in pre-processing, then in model building, then in deployment, if you are able to do this year over year, like in IT, people grow year over year. First you get, let's just say 7 LPA, then you go for 9 LPA, then you upskill and go, right? So if you go there, there's a hierarchy. You have to enter this industry and keep at it, so then you can keep expecting more and more growth, right? So that is where the growth is there. You have to upskill in AI, and after that you should also know how to attract the job and how to even answer the interview questions. So because in our interview master, we also have the questions that are generally asked, how to prepare for them, how to, so that it will give you confidence to answer such similar questions also. So we have a CV mastery module where you will be spending a good amount of time. Even our founder Jayant feels that CV mastery is very essential, as essential as having technical skills, because if your resume does not see light, it is, all your skills are also not seeing light, right? So that then he many of the CV mastery modules are directly covered by James sir himself. And how to negotiate, how, so we also have, like, if you're working, if you're joining a recently funded startup or a good company that is already doing, how do you negotiate skills, or how do you negotiate your CTC? All those things are covered in our job attraction strategy as well, right? So now we have covered the step one, having the mindset. Step two, how to match the demand. You have to upskill. And the step three is how to apply for the right jobs. And to get, then you will get a fulfilling and a lucrative career, right? So how many of you have understood all these steps clearly, and now you know that this is the path forward if at all go on to this journey of becoming a data science professional? How many of you clearly understood, not just thinking, you have understood? Type you in the chat box telling that you have understood, because that is very important for us to, because that is the agenda. We want you to understand this is the way to go forward. Type you in the chat box if you understood these three steps clearly. Thank you, Asha ma'am. Thank you, Rajit. Thank you, Sagar. Thank you, Roshni. Thank you, Jatin. Says got it. Okay. It's a lot of people say you. That's great. So now, how to go forward. The next question is, let's just say you're already having a growth mindset, because you see that the groups that you are in, there are a lot of people, but you have made it here, right? So why? Because you were curious enough, you committed to your growth, so that is there. Now you have, the next thing is how to upskill. So we have been telling about our AI bronze program. So let me summarize this and we'll talk about the AI bronze program, right? So if there's a huge gap in the industry demand and skills, the solution is to upskill. And you, because there is maximum automation, right? So earlier there were data entry jobs also a few years back, like let's just say 2 decades back, but now they are not there, because now that is happening automatically, and there are high quality jobs. So now you should upskill yourself so you can get high quality jobs, right? So that is, and those jobs are done better by machines, so that you can do something creative, right? So it is, many people think that it is something that is not ideal or the best case. But if you see for future, and if you see for your own growth, you are focusing on the learning, right? Something that is going to be meaningful for you. Yeah. So that is what is the second thing. And having mindset, beliefs, self-limiting thoughts, how do you go forward and clear all those? We also have this growth mindset principles, and we also have a lot of exercises that we do, which are proven and being used world over, right? So now, how many of you are ready to learn how to join our program? Type me in the chat box. Thank you so much, Roshni. Thank you, Asha ma'am. Right, thank you, Devansh. Thank you, Deksha. So basically we have been telling that our program, okay, so let me update the price. So we have told about the price and the program. It is 6,790 per AI, right? So we have 2 courses. So now this AI Bronze is a program where you will learn data science with Python mastery. Then there is Inner Circle Vault, and there is Interview Mastery, and then there is Hall of Fame also, right? So I would be sharing the link for payment today, because today is the graduation day. I would request everybody to take action and commit to your growth. I'll also be next continuing on what is there within this, uh, each of the module also, right? So let me give the link. Great. So here is the link. I've pasted it on the chat. Okay. Thank you, Arvind. Thank you, Teksham. Devas, thank you, Ashama. Right. So basically, this is our course. You know that it is difficult to teach everything for free, and the resources, though we want to reach out to as many people as possible, but it would also cost us faculty, the resources, and we also give you access to LMS, and the most importantly, we also give you the IIT Madras certification, right? So the certificate comes jointly with IIT Madras and Pixeltest. That certification is heavily valued outside because our program is being monitored by IIT Madras, and they have vetted it, and they have given a green signal on us delivering it. So we have the best faculty to go ahead and do it. Okay, so we have Roshni who is trying to make a payment. So okay, so let me show what is the process. Okay, this is very simple. If you made any of your online payments, the process remains simple, right? So you're going to write your name, email. So if my screen is visible, type V in the chat box. Yeah. So Arvind, if it is the certification for the 7 days, that certification, thank you. So thank you, Shubhangi. Thank you, Asha ma'am. So the 7-day certificate, once you fill the form that I have shared, thank you, Uteksha. So once you fill that form, you will get the certification, within 24 hours. Okay. So that is for the 7-day program. But if you are really serious about career, and if you are looking at upskilling and growing, right, learning and growing, continue your learning and keep the momentum, then we are talking about the data science program. So you're going to enter your email ID. Yes, Asha ma'am. Okay, so let me also share the link. So I would be sharing the link again, even on the group as well. So I request you to focus currently on the presentation. So now, if you made any payment also, this will take you to the next step. Yeah, thank you, Asha. So now you can go ahead and make a payment on PhonePe, Paytm, UPI, net banking, wallet, or even if you are using services like Axio or credit cards or something, then you can even avail EMI on the same, right? Yes, yes, Arvind. So I'll be sharing the certification link also. Yes. Okay. So Roshni was able to make the payment. Thank you so much, Roshni. Congratulations. We are super excited to have you along with us, and looking forward to serving and supporting you. We also, you'll receive the access to the course soon, right? So it will be within 5 minutes. The access to the course is automatically sent over to the email ID that you have entered while making the payment. Thank you so much, Roshima. Okay, great. So how many of you are clear on how to, if at all you wish to go for payment, the process? If you understood the process, type U in the chat box. Okay. Thank you, Rajita. And thank you, Vishnu. Okay. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you, Vijay. This is super simple, right? So you have to just enter your details, click on, if you're looking at, making payment, you can go ahead and scan this particular QR and make the payment by yourself, right? You can even enter your UPI ID and you'll receive the notification on your UPI app, which is Google Pay or Phone Pay or Beam or Bharat Pay, right? So from there, you can make the payment. Great. Okay, so let me, resume our presentation. Great. Yes, Rashni ma'am. We'll also be sharing with you details. I'll be showing you how to access the LMS and everything as well. Okay, I hope my presentation is clear. So how many of you are interested in knowing what is available in these modules? Type me in the chat box. Thank you, Rajita. Thank you. Thank you, Roshni. Yes, Roshni will be letting you know as well. Okay. So we have our team also on the the meet. They'll also be helping people. If you have any payment related query, you can put it on the chat box. People from the team are also going to answer it, right? So the important thing is we also have inner circle vault. In our inner circle vault, we have uh, people. Recently we had an inner circle where Jayan sir uh, has called up every of the community members, each and everyone from the community, and we discuss what are the growth potentials, what are the changes in the community, how we are helping the community to go forward. So this is where the interactions with the community happen. So this all of these are there in inner circle world. All the recordings are preserved, and you can, once you have access to the LMS, you will be able to understand this further, right? So the value of the inner circle vault is higher and is already included within your 7,000 6,990 pack, right? So which is the AI bronze, right? So you get the access to the community, the most importantly. So we use a portal called Mighty Networks where you can reach each other. Like if Nutiksha wants to reach Asha ma'am for some query, or Asha ma'am wants to reach Arvind sir to other, to have to get more clarity, you can even do that, right? So that is possible. You can post your questions, and somebody will answer there, even including our team. So the value for inner circle vault is 10,000, and this is already a bonus. This is part of your program, right? So how many of you want to see what is there in the inner circle, right? So let me show it. Okay, let me just pull up the LMS access. Just logging in. Great. Okay, so hope everybody is able to see my screen. Got it. Okay, so we've received a login attempt request. Logged in. So this is our LMS. So now you can see that you can access Pixeltest School by the URL that we'll be sharing with you. And you can see that we have a lot of members in our community already. And now I'm going to show you the course curriculum. So if you look at our module, first let me show you the inner circle, right? Right, so inner circle vault, you can see what we have in inner circle. So you have access to all the previous recordings, which are technical, non-technical, and pre-placement talks, right? So we have people coming from, Singapore who are hiring, people who are coming from Wipro and all those people hiring. They come here and do an online meet, and all of those information, all of that valuable information is preserved in the inner circle bot, right? So the whole of it is available. So for example, introduction to Python, if it is what is a master tracker, and how to work remotely and collect US payments, right? How to better set your goals, right? So all of that is happened, and we have recently done our new year inner circle meet as well, right? So this is super valuable. And if at all so what we do is we have videos and assignments and quiz within that particular section as well, right? So how many of you think this is valuable, right? Type V in the chat box. How many of you think that understanding what is happening in the market is important? Great. Yes, it is. Yes, thank you so much, Arvind. Thank you, Shiraj. Okay, so this is inner circle is already part of your program. Okay, someone asks for a question. Okay, payment link once again. Okay, let me share the payment link. Okay. Okay, so Vishnu sir has a question. I'm from BA economics background and currently I'm working on AI as a data annotator, anonymous vehicle project. How can this certification help for my future job? So Vishnu sir, it would be nice if you can unmute and ask the same question, because you know, many people ask you who are already working as data scientists or data annotators are part of our community. So first benefit is the certification. For example, if you're working already, you have a previous set of experience. Now, when you have a IIT Madras certification, this gives the person who is going to employ you additional set of assurance, because you are certified, right? So you're skilled and you are certified. You are certified from some, not just any program. It is a premier institute. It's like the top second institute of the country. So that is going to help you. And I really appreciate, because you are from a BA economics background and now working as on AI as data annotator, meaning that you have made it from a non-tech background to tech and into data science. I think you yourself are a success story for many people here, and I really appreciate if you can unmute and share your experience of this particular program, what has been the result, so it will be inspiring for others as well. Yes, Vishnu sir, may I know which city you are from? Okay, so while you set up, let me also take other question. We have a question from Roshan as well. So my question is, yeah, so Roshan has a question. Nowadays, we are using a few programs like Chat GPT or something to even get logic for any programs also. Will that, uh, help us, or will that, be something that we'll have to fight against? So Roshan, how this works is when you become a better programmer, they these tools help and assist you, right? For example, if you are able to research, these are better research. You do not have to look at 10 different Google search pages. You can just in one place get the result and use that particular logic in your advantage. So it is going to be helpful to you to build better applications, right? Great. Okay, so people who are interested in the data science program, type me in the chat box, right? So we are here to assist you, and if there's anything also, you can always let us know your concerns or anything, so we'll be able to directly guide you. Okay, amazing. Yeah, thank you, Rajat. Thank you, Prashant. Great. So I would, if at all you would require any more assistance, also if it is financial as well, you can let us know on chat, so that we'll be able to accommodate. So our goal is to see people who are capable to get forward in the journey, right? So thank you so much, Vishnu sir, for the question, and we'll proceed forward. So I hope I've answered your question, Vishnu sir. And if you have any follow-up question, please go ahead and ask that, right? Okay, Asha ma'am, what is the course duration? It's a very good question. The course is a self-paced course. First thing, there will be live sessions every Wednesday. You will have uh, some expert coming in and taking a live session, and there will be pre-recorded sessions which are already done, because what AI knowledge was there, what was an AI program 2 months before is still going to remain the same, right? So such content is recorded and given you in the LMS, which is your learning management system. You will have your own login, your own email ID, and you can learn at your own pace. For example, if you're able to make out 2 hours a day, your course duration will be shorter. If you're able to only make 1 hour a day because you're busy or occupied in your other things, you can you can take a little more time to complete that particular course, right? In our community, we have people who are able to finish the course within, at least especially the data science modules, within 4 to 5 months. Right? I'm giving you an average case. We have people who have finished before, and few people who have finished later also, but people have finished. Right? So that is how the course duration is. This is a self-paced course, and there are live lectures. For example, if you have watched something, you've not understood it, soon there will be a session and you are going to join it, and in the live session you can get your queries answered. The classes, so basically the recorded sessions are available with you, Asha ma'am, and the classes we are going to have by once or twice every week, right? So that is how it works. Dharmendra, yes, we have many capstone projects included in the course because this helps people who are from a non-coding background as well, because they do not have a hands-on experience, build a capstone projects to get your first job, right? So we have many capstone projects, and we have something called career paths, where you can sequentially work on that particular capstone project. Every module has its own quiz and assignment, right? So I hope that, Dharmendra, that answers your question. Yes. So Dharmendra asks, is there any exam to get this certificate? So basically, every module has its own assignment. This is a self-graded quiz. And towards the end, once you finish that particular course, there is a final end sem exam. This is also quiz. If you have followed all of these sessions, this quiz should be easy for you to get through. And once you finish that, there will be like roughly about 40 to 50 quiz questions where you have to work on or directly answer. Some would be theoretical, some would be practical, where you would be working on it hands-on and submitting it. So once you do that, you will be able to get and avail the certificate also, right? So the certificate generation, because you've asked, the certificate is generated on IIT Madras portal only. So you will be given a login ID and password so that you can log in and see your own certificate. The PDF will be generated and there will be a QR code only for your own ID. There will be a student ID. That is the online learning student ID generated for you and given on your certificate. So let me show you the certificate also. Okay. So I hope my screen is visible. We'll come back to the bonus. Okay. So this is how the certificate will look. Okay. So your name, the Center for Continuing Education, IITM's online learning division, and the jointly with Pixeltest certificate of completion, completed the artificial intelligence. You will, if you are opting for the data science module, artificial intelligence and the data science conducted through Center for Continuing Education, IIT Madras Digital Skills Academy in association with Pixeltest, right? So this is how it works, and the program coordinators signature from IIT Madras, the chairman who is heading the online education, online learning of IIT Madras, and then the founder and chief AI scientist of Jain sir also. Jain sir also takes a lot of modules in the sessions, right? So that is how. So Arvind, this certificate is different from the certificate that you will get for the 7-day program. The 7-day program that is offered if you attended the day one, it was offered as part of the program, so you do not have to pay anything for that. But this certificate requires a few set of resources to be allocated for teammates and for the participants, for the attendees, for the students, for the faculty. There's a lot of things going on. So this certificate is only for people who complete the data science bronze module. Anushka asked where we get our login ID. So Anushka, once you finish the certification, you will be able to log in using the ID password. So that will be given by the IIT Madras team itself. Once you finish the certification, we will be coordinating with you to get the certificate. You give you the certificate, right? So we have many people in the community who are already availing the certificate, and it's not just the certification. We help you through the process. We also have facilitators who check on your progress. So now how cool is that, right? So we have facilitators who, like a very good friendly buddy, check on your progress, see how you are doing, and then help you and hold you through completion of the program. Yes, Dharmendra, the cost for the bronze module is 6990. Correct. Yes. So the link for the same is here. It's on the chat, but I'm sharing it for. So if you're thinking when to join, I would say now is the time, because if you jump onto this wagon of learning data science, our facilitators, our faculty is waiting for you to get on to learn, improve on your basics, and see you complete your certification, right? Okay. So Asha ma'am, is there a phone number? So there is two way. I would request people. So let me, because this is a direct message, I'm sharing the contact as well. But I would request people who are willing to make the payment, go forward and make it, because our team will immediately also call you to assist you on to get the access of the LMS. It give you your ID and password as well, right? Okay. So if anyone has any query, you can unmute and ask, because I see people are asking for phone number. I'm here to answer your queries live with my face on, right? So I hope that would be ideal. But people who want to reach out to us can also always reach out. So as we are showing our success stories, uh, we want you to be a success story and also be an inspiration to people around you, right? So that is there. So let me come back to my own agenda of showing you what is inside the program. Okay. Thanks for the questions. Thank you so much. Okay. So how many of you are planning on making the payment today? Right. Type me in the chat box. So if you make the payment today, you'll be able to join the upcoming batch, right? So becomes easy for us to uh, help you learn, assist. Thank you so much, Atin. Great. So the payment process is super simple, and people who have made the payment, you can type woohoo, okay, in the chat box, because that'll let us know that you've made the payment. So the self-paced modules are already available with you, Asha ma'am. The course, once you get the access, you can immediately start, and the live sessions are have they are happening every week. We have started with the first AI hackathon for this particular batch just last week only, right? The recording of which is also available on Teachable, right? So people who have made the payment, we are receiving. Okay. Thank you so much, Sham. So let me also check on our social channels if people are trying to make payments. Yes, Sham, let me also check if we have received your payment attempt. Okay. Yes, Sham, we have received your payment. Thank you so much for taking trust in us. Right. Thank you both of you. Thank you, Roshni and Sham, for helping us help you, teach you. Right. Okay. Asha, ma'am, that is fine. So I would request, if any of you are looking at having more time, I would request you to leave your mobile number on a direct chat, because the team will lock your seat. Once the team will lock your seat, it becomes easier for you to join. Because now, yeah, thank you so much, Asha ma'am. People who are willing to go forward and make the payment now, and the two people who made the payment, apart from that, if there's anybody else who's willing to make the payment, you can go ahead and leave your number. If you're not planning on making the payment now, but you wish to make it in the next 3 days, go ahead and leave your number so that the team will make a note and block your seat. And once you start, you can avail it at the same price. Okay, because if you see, okay, let me share you the our course link on IIT Madras. Okay, great. So let me share my screen. So let me know if you're able to see my screen. If it is visible, type V in the chat box. So now this is IITM's website, IITM's website, and in that, Skills Academy is the division, their digital certifications division. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Asha. So now, Pixeltest, the program is offered by us. We are official partners of IIT Madras. And the lead faculty, Jayendra Asamseti sir, IIT Madras and Columbia University, 5 years of experience in teaching, right? It is self-paced, online, and also rolling, right? Okay, so now the modules, these are like AI silver modules. So once you finish the AI, once you land AI data science jobs, AI bronze, you can go forward on the machine learning algorithms also, right? So all of these, now if you see, the program fee here is 59,000, right? So that is the actual price, but only in the webinar we are able to give the AI silver at a price of 39,000, and the AI bronze is 7,000, right? I mean, our team comes back to us, says many times, why are we offering it such at a lower rate? Because we say it's because we want more people to have confidence, because only because we have done the 7-day program, many people understood what the way forward and took confidence on to joining data science. When they do the data science, they have confidence to do the next things. And it is not just learning and learning. We will help you also apply for jobs. We will help you also, if you're switching careers, we'll also help you switch careers, right? So that placement assistance and all those things is definitely from us. And because the success stories only help us inspire more people to pursue this, right? So it is our motto to help you succeed. So this is how it is there on the AI on the IIT Madras website. Okay, so the inner circle vault is there. We also have interview mastery, right? So in interview mastery, we have a lot of sessions taken by Jayant sir himself, and here they'll be talking you the essential communication, the negotiation, how to have a better CV, how to target opportunities, how to make inbound and outbound proposals, and how can you make opportunities come to you, how can you apply happen to opportunities, how to negotiate notice periods, how to negotiate sign on bonuses, how to negotiate with startups, specifically if you are joining a startup, equity and all those things are always there, right? So we have many people on call right now. If you can unmute and ask also, that is fine. We have Pasupati sir, we have Asha ma'am, Biswajit sir, Deva sir, Jatin sir, Rishabh sir, Rohit, Sagar sir, Shiraj sir, Shubhangi ma'am, Swastik sir, Vishnu sir, Yadendra sir. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'm open to take your questions. People who would wish to speak to me, I have also left the number, but if at all you want to ask your question now, you can put it on the chat box or unmute and ask. Great. People, okay. That's fine, Rajita. If you require time, that is fine. We are here to help. There's no rush. You have seen, our style of selling is not like you have many other places where there's heavy pressure towards the buying and all. But here we want to show you the value and help you make a better decisions. We're not trying to push a sale because that is not our intent. Is the self-paced videos, Yadendra sir? Yes, it is self-paced videos. You can watch it at your own pace. You can even fast forward, I mean, to watch it at 2x, 1.5x also. Even if you want to rewind, you can rewind. You want to do all of that. All of it is self-paced, Yadendra sir. Thank you so
Sir,
much
I
for
have a
asking.
question. I have a question. Hello.
Please, Ashama.
Actually, I want to ask you, in a week there are 2 days classes are there.
Correct.
2 days. It will be live session.
It will be live sessions.
Who will be the faculty for it?
So basically, the primary faculty for the self-paced learning is Jayan sir. Then we have Rajiv sir, and we have also visiting faculty, and we have a facilitator program where we have people from community also who have landed jobs, who are expert in their areas, because we have a module where people who have taken value from the community give back. So we have facilitators from the community also. Facilitators coming back, like Mr. Rajiv. He is a AI scientist himself. He is also coming. Rajiv Kumar. He is. You can even see a few of his demo sessions on our YouTube channel as well.
What
Right.
will be the timings of the classes?
So the live sessions, if you're able to make it, they'll be at 7 p.m. on Thursdays and Wednesdays. But even if at all you want to see the recording in the evening that day, you can even do that. We'll have that recording in your LMS. You'll have your own ID password. You can log in and have access to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So because that is important, the question you're asking is important because you have to plan your timings, right? So that is what we have
Actually,
normally put our
I am a
sessions.
professional. Yeah, I am a professional, so I have very less time to do the things. So that's why I'm asking. It will be, I think, 7 to. What will be the duration of the classes?
Yeah, one of the class is 1 hour, the other one is 2 hours. The Rajesh sir takes it for 2 hours, and the other visiting faculty takes it for 1 hour.
Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay. And we
So
can ask all our queries, whatever we have done in our
yeah,
self-paced course. Hai na?
correct.
Am I right?
You can ask your queries. You one of the Wednesday session you will do the program hands-on, so you can do that. Even if you have queries, you can reach out to us. Well, the facilitator, you will be part of that particular group. You can even ask them, reach out personally, message them, and get your queries answered. So
Thank you.
I can be the bridge between the team and the students also, because if there is something that I can assist you immediately, I'll definitely do instantly. If there's something that you are in your learning journey, you're coming across something complex, and I would also want to relearn or share the information with you, I'd also be doing that. So you have access to faculty who is teaching the beginner concepts, who is teaching the intermediate concepts, and we have faculty who are teaching the complex concepts also.
Thank you, sir.
And because you said you're a professional, we have many people in our community. Roughly about 65% of the people would be professionals, right? Because they are already in their maybe non-IT background jobs or IT background jobs. They are already doing that particular work, and they find less time. Our program is self-paced for the same reason. If we make it fully live, people will never find the time and never be able to finish the certification. If they don't, they'll not have the confidence. So we have made it in a self-paced and a live learning module, right? So we have done it a hybrid module where you can make the best of both. I hope that answers your question, ma'am. Yes, thank you so much as well. Yes. Okay. So we have interview mastery. So in interview mastery, we have other people speaking up there in experience. We also do live, like for example, one of the students is coming onto the session. We actually help them uh, edit their if they're willing to share their resume live in front of others also. So we do that, so that many people are able to modify their CVs and resumes. So that is possible. So that is also there. There's also a bonus there. Hall of Fame. So let me show this particular module on our LMS itself. Okay, because Hall of Fame, what happens is many of our students, ex-students, they go forward and crack high-paying jobs, right? People who have even we have something called goal setting. People who set their goals and crack their goals, we call them for an interview on Hall of Fame. Right? Even you can do that. So what happens is this is an inspiration to other people. They will tell the techniques that worked for them, right? So let me go to our courses and show you what kind of sessions we have in Hall of Fame. So they will be giving you their own, 2 cents on how to go for, right? So now if you see Pradeep Jalgaon, so we have other people also here. This keeps on adding every week. We keep adding, and this is there. And let's just say if you want to see Pradeep Jalgaon's lecture, these are private videos hosted with a service from YouTube. We upload there, and you can go ahead and watch it only when you have the access to this particular session. So now this is Pradeep Jalgaon's.
The HDMI and the
Okay, so
video
let me
featuring kind of areas, especially on the driver side and the middleware side.
Okay, so I hope
And
my video is visible.
then I joined Qualcomm like close to 12 years ago, and mostly into multimedia. I have spent my time on Linux audio drivers, then display. Then in multimedia, I had the opportunity to work on.
Okay, so this is very insightful. Many of our sessions. How many of you think that uh, having experience of the community members of how they crack jobs is valuable? Type V in the chat box. Thanks, Rajita. Thanks, Sham. Thanks, Roshni. It is definitely valuable because they share their insights. They share their insights, and this is one of the way that community gives back. If you have helped someone to get pass a module, I'm sure that'll come back. Other people will also help you surpass the modules that you are stuck at, right? So it is pushing each other forward. So this is what we do. And we have many people. We have in our blockchain community also some of the techniques that are equally useful here. So we have one of our teammate, one of our students who's how she shifted from housewife to teaching, and teaching to crack a IT job. And that is some inspiration. So I mean, it's very close to me. Something similar you can also always do. Great. So let's get back to our presentation. And people who have made okay, we have received a woohoo. Congratulations, Vijay. So thank you so much for making the payment. I mean, immensely happy that you made that decision. We are here to support you, and if there's anything that is required, you can always you'll receive a welcome email immediately. You can always at any point of time go ahead and reply to that, and you have my contact details as well. I request you to, if there's anything, always reach out. If it is related to technical, non-technical career, anything, you let us know. We'll be able to help you out and guide you to the right person in from the team. Okay. Thank you so much, Vijay sir. Thank you so much, Rajita ma'am. Thank you so much, Sham sir. And so we have Hall of Fame. The value of it is of 5,000, which is already part of the 7,000 bonus, the 6,990 pricing, right? So the certification we have already discussed about it. So that is definitely immensely valuable. Okay, so this is the price. Actually, if you stack it, the value of it comes to over 40,000, only the AI bronze, but our price is 6,990 only, right? So I would be sharing the link of the payment once again, and I'm here because it is past, for many people, evening time. So we would soon be closing the session, but I would request people to go ahead and take this call. If you have already thought about it, slept over the thought yesterday, the day before, you can definitely go ahead and take this call. We are here to help, right? We have provided you, all the details. Everything is in front of you now. The decision of sales is definitely yours, because it is not, we are not like any other you know organization who is trying to sell a course. Here we want to provide value. It's not about sale for us, it's about the value that we want to provide. So I would leave everybody to go ahead and have a good evening, and if you have any queries, go ahead and ask it out. Okay, so it'll be soon closing. We'll be closing in the next 10 minutes. So I'm here. If there's anything required, you can definitely ask me. Okay, so we have a question on how to access the LMS. Okay, so let me share my screen. People who have already made the payment, you can leave the call. People who are planning on making the payment, if you are making the payment right now, you can let us know your query or anything. We'll be happy to assist you. Okay, so how this works is, you will receive an email, and in that email you'll have the link to the LMS. So once you have the link to the LMS, it will ask you to log in, right? So when you click on login, it will give you the option to enter your email ID and password. So once you enter your email ID and password, you can log in. But if you're a first time user, from the email itself, it will ask you to set a new password, right? So you can go ahead and set a new password, enter the password once and re-enter it again. So you'll be able to create the password. Once you log in, it will send a OTP to your email ID. So once you go ahead and enter it here, you'll be able to log in, right? So once you log in, you'll be able to see all the courses that all of the AI related courses, all of the interview mastery, all of the inner circle, all of the Hall of Fame, all these sessions will be there on your email. Great. Thank you so much, Rajita, for the question. If anybody wants to, wants our team to reach out, if you have any questions that you want to get answered personally, please go ahead and leave your contact so that we can reach out to you and assist you. Great. Okay. So the people who have made the payment, thank you so much. Welcome to the community, and we look forward to serving and supporting you. Okay, so before we close, if there's any other question or anybody who's trying to make the payment, if anyone is trying to make the payment, type P in the chat box. Okay. Okay, Vishnu sir. So if you need any help, Vishnu sir, if you want to make a Google Pay transaction, okay, let me just check. So how many of you here would want to block your seat by just paying 2,330, 1/3 of that particular value, block your seat and pay the balance amount in the upcoming week, right? And have the access to the course. You'd still have to, yes, Biswajit sir, you'd still have to access, pay the whole amount to get the access. But if you're interested in having a payment method where you can pay 1/3 of the amount and pay the balance post a week, within a week, right? How many of you would want such an offer? Type me in the chat box. Great, thanks Prashant. Let me also check with yeah. Oh, hello Karthik sir, if you are there, we can see you on YouTube. If at all you still require any assistance, we're here to help. Okay, so we've received enough me's. So let me share the link. Okay, so here is the link for the part payment. It's only for people who wish to block the seat by making a token a deposit and then pay the balance within the week, have the access, go through the sessions, and then pay the balance within the week and get the whole access to the course, right? So people, yeah, how do you use the payment? It is very similar. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So once you open that particular link, you will have to enter your name, your email, your mobile number. Once you proceed, it will ask you the same methods. Now you can use UPI, or you can use QR or wallet or any of it. Click on pay now, and you can scan or open your app directly to make that payment, right? So you will see all of the details given here on this particular link. Okay, so how many of you are willing to, get onto this course at 1/3 of a price and pay the balance later? Type me in the chat box. Yes, sir, I can go ahead and make the payment, right? So if at all you wish to make the payment on Google Pay, here's the number. Great. So I will leave the links open. Thank you so much for staying along, right? So let me paste these links for our friends on YouTube also. That's great. Okay, so the links are on the chat. If you require anything, here to help. Thank you so much. Thank you, Manisha ma'am. Thank you, Rishabh sir. Thank you, Shiraj sir. Thank you, Swastik sir. Thanks, Karthik sir.